Background sign,
Right.
you're over, you want overhead right away.
No, background sign.
Yeah, okay, that's what I did.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. Just getting connected, making sure that all of you are getting connected. Sometimes I know it takes a minute to get refreshed and find the feed and everything, so that's why we put the screen up there that says live video starting shortly, and that's why I yap at you for a little bit before we actually go into the project. So today we are doing this kit. So if you ordered it, pull it out. If you did not order it, we still do have kits available. I know it was kind of hard. This is like early in the year, so it's kind of hard, like before Christmas, to even think about ordering kits for this early in the year. So we still do have it available. Watch me today, and then you can still order it and get your kit. The videos are always saved right here, so you can always rewatch it after your kit comes. So if you have any questions like normal, just ask them, type them in, and my mom is behind the camera and she'll stop me and say we have a question. Usually we don't have too many, because I think I've gotten a little bit better at this throughout the whole last year and a half. So anyways, let's go down to the table. It looks like we have a good group, so we'll go down to the table and we'll get started.
Okay, you're down there.
Okay, so we're down on the table. This is our Joy, let's just look at what we're doing first. We have our Joy Fold card Craftalong. So that it's Joy Fold card, because it's this card that's called a Joy Fold card. So it's actually got like one card and then another card, and I don't know why it's called a Joy Fold card. I've had this discussion before, but it's called a Joy Fold card because it's supposed to bring you joy. So this is our Joy Fold card Craftalong. And then we always do two cards. So this card we're going to make, and this one is you're probably going to make more on your own, but we're using this heart background from this kit to actually get our background right here. So let's go ahead and get started. In this kit, which is the one that you make me happy, you're going to go in, and you might have already done this, you're going to pull out this piece only, and then you can set that aside. So just take this kit and set it aside. Okay, that will be this is a more just attach the pieces together, so you can do that later. And so I'm going to set this card aside, and then we have this kit, which is our Joy Fold card. So we're going to pull that out. Now the first thing I want you to do, there's a bunch of different pieces in here, so we're going to go through and just make sure we have all the pieces. If you are missing a piece, which can happen, because it's us putting it together, and this little packet you can just set aside for now, but we're going to make sure we have all of our layers, because there's a lot of different layers here. So you have your Steno card, which is this. Steno card is just a card that opens like this. Now normally it's a full-size Steno card, but we went ahead and cut it for you. So a full Steno card, covers the whole front. We just cut half of it off for you already. So that's our regular Steno card, again, going full, but we pre-trimmed that for you. And then we have, you have two of the, this is a dragon from Endless Creations called Smokey the Dragon. I gave you a colored one. I gave you a blank one. So if you don't like my coloring, you can go ahead and color your own. Feel free, but I gave you two of those. And now we have our different layers. So we're going to lay them out just to make sure we have everything. We have our little mini Steno card. So these are new on our website right now under Scored Cards by Size. It's a mini Steno card. It's 3 inches by 4 inches. We'll talk about those a little bit later, but we have that. That's going to end up going on the inside. We have a layer that goes behind that one. See, there's a lot of white layers, so I just want to make sure you have all of your layers correct. So we have the layer that goes behind that one. We have a silver mirror card and a white that are kind of more oblong-y, and those go on the front of the Steno card. And then we have ones that are, not as oblong, and those are actually going to layer on our mini Steno card. So just so we know exactly which whites go with which silver mirror cards, because we don't want to, cut something or do something wrong. And then we have our piece of sticker paper, which you can tell it's sticker paper. It's smooth on one side, then on the back it's kind of got this crack and peel little thing going on. So that's our sticker paper. So let's just start with our sticker paper. And now we need these 4 little strips that are in this little bag. So pull that out. We're actually making this paper right here. So we have our crack and peel sticker paper. We're going to pull this off. So the backing will pull off. And it's called crack and peel because there's little lines in there. You can't see them from on the video, but I'm sure you can see them if you're holding it. And you just kind of bend it and it cracks and then it peels off. So go ahead and peel the backing off. Then you have your little strips, and we're going to attach those. Now I have 2 different shades of red in there and 2 different shades of pink. I just wanted to pull one thing out, reds. There's a ton of shades of reds. So people say they want a good red. Well, it's hard to say what's a good red. Different people have different things. So I just wanted to pull, these are our 3 100-pound reds, and you can see that the very dark one, that's our electric red. Electric, like this doesn't scream electric red to me, but that's what the company named it. So the darkest one is electric red, which is what our little strip is. Then our middle one is called wild cherry, which is probably our most popular red, or our 100-pound red. And that's this strip right there. And then you have our red hot. So you can see that this red isn't as deep of a red. I just wanted to show you that reds have so many different shades. And in the 100-pound, we have the 3 different shades that kind of go really nicely together. So let's just set those aside. So now we're going to start attaching our strips to our sticker paper. And this first one is a little bit tricky just because your fingers want to stick to the sticker paper. We're going to try and line it up as best as we can with the edge of the sticker paper and the strip. And yeah, my hands want to stick there. But now the second one I can take and I can just line up the edge of the strip, and it'll kind of catch the groove of the edge of the previous strip. And it doesn't matter that I'm doing them upside down because we're going to turn it around. Then I have my next one. So you're just going to kind of catch the lip of that strip. And now we still have sticky. So this piece you're actually going to cut, and the directions, I had a major typo in the directions that I just saw this morning. The directions say 27.5 by 3.75. It's actually supposed to be 2.75 by 3.75. So this you're going to cut down into 2.75 by 3.75. I'm going to pull my little trimmer out here. I'm going to cut my sticky off first. Oops, and it stuck to my trimmer. There we go. Okay, and then depending on if you want to see more pink or more red, you can cut one side off more than the other, but 2.75 by 3.75. So that's my 2.75. Now, if you're kind of jig-jaggy on the ends, mine are pretty straight right here, but if they're jig-jaggy, you can take a little bit off of both ends, because this, you do have extra space. This is like 4 1/4. So if you're a little jig-jaggy, technical term jig-jaggy, take a little bit off of one end just to get a nice straight edge, and then go over and do your 3.75.
I can see all the comments, sir, but I can't comment to everybody.
Well, you can't comment to everybody on there, but if there people have a question, you can read them. Yeah, we can't comment to, we're streaming on a couple different feeds. So the OOAK is what we're looking at, and we're commenting, like my mom can hand type in comments on there. So we can't hand type in comments on the other feeds. So anyways, let's go right now and just attach these pieces together. So we're going to attach the one we just made to the silver mirror card, and then to the white, and then you're going to attach it to your red mini Steno card. When you do that, you want to note that the score is on the right side, which it seems opposite. So it's on the right side, and so whichever you put on the top with the score on the right side. If you happen to have it flipped, then when we have to, if you happen to have it this way and put the red on the top, eventually it does have to come this way and then your pink will be on. So just when you're assembling these pieces, have your score on the right side. And now let's just assemble our layers together. So the mini Steno card, like I said, is 3x4. That we have in, and I'm going to tape kind of fast so I can talk and show, that we have in white, we have it in red, we have it in our festive variety, which I'll show, and then we have it in an autumn variety. Now, the code that you see, or that's in our description, today's coupon code is the word joy. It's good through tomorrow. And with a $30 purchase, you get a special pack of Joy Fold cards in white, red, and black. I don't have the solid black on the website, but we're doing this special pack of white, red, and black. So we just assembled this. So if you're still assembling, our Joy Fold cards come in this festive variety, so they're scored. An autumn variety, and again, they are scored. And then we also have them in white and red, but and they're 25 count packs. But for our special today, a $30 purchase, excluding class kits, is a package of white, red, and black of the little mini Steno card. And that's good through till tomorrow. So this piece, now we can attach that to this white piece that's a little bit bigger. So now we're going to attach it just on the back. So it is still going to open up. Okay. So we're going to attach that on the back. Again, the right side, or if your red is on the top and your score is on the right side, that's the direction this all goes. So attach it right in the middle of the white. And then this is our Steno card. So again, Steno cards are normally 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We cut this in half. So this is cut at 2.75. Now when you're making this card, 2.75 is not a hard number that it exactly has to be cut at. If you want to see more or less, if you want to see more of this one, you can cut, or you want to see more of this one, over here, you can cut it longer or you can cut it shorter. That's up to you. But let's go ahead. So we're going to open this flap up, and we have our score right here. And let's go ahead and put tape on the back of our white, and we're going to attach that in the center. So of our open card. And again, our score is on the right hand side. So you have one score on the left and one score on the right. So go ahead and put tape on the back. Any questions, Mom?
No.
Any over there on the other?
Nope.
Okay. Everyone's just working hard.
The card is gorgeous.
Thank you. So attaching that in the center, and like you could put a whole black or a whole back panel right here. I just happen to make it a little bit smaller. But we're going to attach it right in the center. And again, our score is on our right side, with our score on our Steno card being on our left side. So the black flap is going to fold in first, and then, so that's the setup of the card. I have mine on there a little bit crooked. Oh well. But now we're going to do the panels that are going to attach right here. So which are these two panels. We did color this panel. Okay, so this is why this piece comes into play. I like to, and you can line it up in there however you want to see whatever section of hearts you want. That's totally up to you. I like to use either washi tape or removable tape to hold this in place. If I can ever find the end of my washi tape, there it is. But yeah, I like to just use some washi tape or removable tape. Just kind of hold that, because we're going to color this whole piece eventually, because it's going to go onto our other card. So we kind of used the residual piece. We used it as a stencil and we used it on our card. Oh, I hate washi tape when you can't find the ends. Come on, people. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have put it back down after I ripped it the first time. You'd think you could feel it. Okay, well, moving on from the washi tape, I have removable tape in an actual dispenser. So, and you want to just hold this down with your hands, you can do that. But then I am taking a red ink pad and a blending brush. I'm picking up my ink, and I hold it in place just so it doesn't move around while we're brush blending. And I'm still nervous about it, so I'll hold it with my hands also. So, and then we're just going to brush blend. Now, depending on your red, you'll get a darker red or a lighter one. Or you can just go over it a bunch to get it darker if you want it darker. You can also leave it, oops, and I did move slightly. Okay, hold in place. You can also leave some darker and some lighter just so you get some variance in color. That's up to you, that's a personal preference. But eventually you're going to want to cover this whole thing. So once you take the washi tape off or your removable tape, if you want to go ahead and hit the whole thing, you can, or if you just want to wait till later to hit the whole thing, you can do that too. Because for your other card, you'll need it all the way colored. For the purpose of our demo, I'm just going to pull this off, and I'm going to do mine later. Alright, so there, we have our little heart background. So again, with our die cut that we kind of used as a stencil, you're going to go ahead and brush blend on the whole thing so it can layer on that other card. But this one now can attach onto our silver mirror card. And ever with my layers, if you want to see bigger layers, you know, you can always do some trimming. It's your project. And then this is going to attach right onto the front. Because I do have a very, very thin border on here. It actually goes almost to the outer edge. So yeah, if you don't do thin borders, you can always trim stuff down. That's totally up to you. It's your project. I'm just giving you something to start with. So now our score is on the left, you know, this other score is on the right, and we're attaching this piece. Sometimes it is easier to lay it down though. So then you're not fighting the fold. I hate fighting the folds. And it does, like I said, have a very thin border. Okay, so now the card actually folds like that. We do have our dragon right on the front. So I did cut out my dragon. He was a little bit of a bugger to cut out with all the little spines on his back. On my sample, I did cut out between my two balloons. Now, if you ever are cutting out between the two balloons and you happen to cut one off.
What size are those papers, Sarah?
Which papers? Well, our Steno card, our mini Steno is 3x4, and I think I have a smaller border on there. Yeah, I know this top one is 3.75 by 2.75, and our card is 3x4. So then I just have a couple layers in between. I'd have to get my ruler out to actually measure those. This back one, I think is 3.75, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I think that's what this one is.
Okay.
Right here, our main black piece is 2.75 by 4.25, and then I just did them down by a 1/16 of an inch or an eighth, a 1/16 of an inch on the first one and an eighth on the second one. So I don't know my exact sizes right now. So,
Left side, left size. I don't know, what's your left size?
oh, this is the left size.
Okay, all right.
So this is 2.75 by 4 1/4. So I probably did 2.68 by 4. Yeah, that I'm not sure. I have to measure that. But let's go on first, just so we can get this finished. Because where are we at with time?
We're at 9:36.
Oh, we've got 10 minutes. So, but anyways, so go ahead and put your dragon on there. Now, if any of them hangs off, don't put tape because you don't want tape behind there if it's going to hang off the top. So I do have foam tape, so let's get some foam tape on here. I will get my ruler out though and measure in a minute. But a lot of things are off my ruler, like the lines, so they're hard to see too. So let's just get some foam tape behind our main dragon. So yeah, put foam tape behind your dragon and you're just going to attach that. Then you're going to attach your two hearts together. So those are in your bag. So rip the backing off of your foam tape. Get your dragon attached. Okay, so my dragon I attached close to in the middle, up to you. Okay, then on the inside we do have our ovals and we do need our hearts, so you can pull these pieces out now. So I did attach my black oval and then I popped up my white oval. So I attached my black oval. Now this is not set in stone, you can do whatever you want. But I did attach my black oval first. Sometimes when we die cut, we have, our dies get used a lot. So if you just take your fingernail and go around, if it's jiggy at all, then you'll get that extra little paper fuzz off of there.
Sniblets, yeah.
Sniblets, yeah. So.
Another technical term.
Yeah, technical term. We have our black oval, and then we have our white oval. The white oval I did pop up.
How can we get this kit, Sarah?
Go to my class page, and it should be the very first one on my class page. And it says Joyful Craftalong. You'll kind of see a picture of the projects we're doing. So yes, we do still have those available on our class page. Now the class kits do not count towards the dollar amount for the coupon code, which the coupon code is JOY. And you get a free special package of the mini Steno cards. So I attached my two hearts together. Now when you're attaching this corner of our mini Steno tucks behind that. So when you're putting foam tape, and so this is popped up with foam tape right here. When I put it, I only put foam tape, you know, on the one edge and the bottom. You don't want foam tape right here because you'll stick your card shut. You kind of need a place for this to pop underneath. So when you're doing that, only have foam tape, you know, under the one side.
Website, thepapercut.com.
Yep, thepapercut.com. And then the class page link is down towards the bottom if you want, on the left hand side of our home page, and you kind of just go down. It'll start with bulk papers, then slimline products, and just keep going down. Classes are kind of near the bottom.
Oops. Oh.
So I just have a little bit of foam tape on the one edge right under here. And when I'm going to stick that on, I kind of have my card folded because then I can make sure I know where I'm attaching it. So that is our dragon card. Let me just talk one bit about our other card. So in the kit, you're going to pop out your You Make Me Happy. There's 2 layers of them. And I did use like a micro dot adhesive to stick these together, and I offset them just a little bit. Now if you want it blingier, you could always put your silver on the top and your white as the background. So, but see how I offset them just a little bit? On mine I have the silver behind and the white on the top, but you are more than happy to do them the other way around.
Sarah, do you sell the heart background die?
The heart background die is from Impression Obsession. This piece of black you're going to want to trim, and in all of my class kit packets it tells you like the Endless Creation stamps that we used, the Impression Obsession dies that we used, the paper that we used. It doesn't give you the exact dimensions of the paper. But anyways, this piece you're going to cut down to whatever width you want it. And it's basically just layering your cards. So you have your Mars card, your black layer, your white metallic layer, this layer that you're going to want to make sure it's totally covered red, and then the two You Make Me Happy, which I did pop up with foam tape. So yeah, that one you're going to do after hours, or you could be working on it right now. But feel free to go ahead, and if you did not get the kit ordered before class, you can always order it now, because I know everybody was like busy and hectic. Oh, the one person that asked about the sizes, hang on a second. On the left side, our silver mirror card is 2 and, geez, that's hard for me to see. 2 and
You need some readers?
and 2 and 11/16, I think. I don't know, people. Okay. Yeah, it's hard for me to read these little numbers, and then with I've got the, so yeah, sorry.
Whatever size, whatever size will be right.
Yeah, just cut them slightly smaller than that 2.75 by 4 1/4. So yeah, my ruler's not the best here. So anyways, thank you for joining me today for our Joy Fold and Hearts Craftalong. Again, it's still available, and type in the word joy when you place an order for more than $30, and you will get our little special packet of some mini Steno cards. Thanks for joining me, and have a great day. Bye, guys.